The Steeled Resolve event is upcoming in Pokemon GO. This is an event you don't want to miss simply because Steel types are some of the best in the game. We've got a Steeled Resolve pass we need to cover. We've got a brand new Pokemon GO debut we need to discuss. Shiny Meltan will be unlocked for a limited time but with a brand new method. We're going to cover all the details, but most importantly some top targets that you definitely do not want to look over during this event. This is Steeled Resolve with Go With Us. Guys, the Steeled Resolve event will be taking place this Tuesday, the 28th of April at 10 a.m. running all the way until Monday, the 4th of May at 8 p.m. local time. Before we go any further, let's talk about our new Pokemon GO debut, Orthworm. Orthworm is a straight Steel-type Pokemon originally coming from the Paldea region in Generation 9. Orthworm cannot evolve, but it will be able to be shiny during this event, and that shiny is absolutely stunning. It takes on like this wonderful blue. And as nice as that shiny is, how good is Orthworm in Pokemon GO, at least right now? Well, let's have a look at its base stats. It has a max CP of 2599, an attack value of 161, a defense of 219, and a stamina of 172, so definitely more of a defensive Pokemon. It is weak to 3 different things, fire, fighting, and ground, but because of that straight steel typing, guys, it is resisting 11 different types, which is incredible. The fast attacks are going to be Mud Slap and Iron Tail, and the charge attacks are going to be Earthquake, Rock Tomb, and Iron Head. Based off these stats, I can already see where this Pokemon is going to shine, but we're going to look at that a little bit later in our targets. But the other thing that's going to be returning during this event is the unlocking of Shiny Meltan, which is going to be appearing only in a mystery box. What a mystery box is pretty much like an incense or a coin bag. It functions the same and it will spawn only Meltan for 60 minutes at a time. Normally, you could only use this mystery box once per day, but during this event, it looks like they're going to shorten the time that we have to wait to trigger it again. I believe it may be like a 6-hour wait time, which I think is really cool, which means we can probably pop at least 2 or 3 boxes each day to try and get the shiny Meltan. But the only way to get a mystery box is that you need to send a Pokemon from your Pokemon GO account to either Pokemon Home or to Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee on your Nintendo Switch. If you don't know how to do this, very quickly download Pokemon Home and log in using your Nintendo account. Once that account is active and open, you would then need to go to your Pokemon GO game, open up your settings, go to connected devices and services, and then select Pokemon Home and sign in. In the same menu, you can then navigate to send a Pokemon to Pokemon Home. Once you do that, the mystery box will then automatically appear in your bag. If you guys are wondering though, you can link more than one Pokemon GO account to your Pokemon Home or your Nintendo Switch. I have done this with at least 3 accounts. As we know in Pokemon GO, there have been a lot of events recently that do require a lot of tickets as well as Pokecoins. That's why we would strongly recommend looking at today's sponsor, Eldorado.gg. If you guys don't know who they are, Eldorado is a trusted gaming marketplace where you can pretty much buy in-game currency and services across a ton of popular games like Fortnite, FIFA, and of course Pokemon GO. Every seller is verified and every order is backed by Eldorado's trade shield, so you're protected every step of the way, and on top of that, you're getting some of the best prices on the market with a very fast delivery in just a few minutes. For example, just look at the deals on screen right now. Some of these Pokecoin bundles are just incredibly priced. If you want to check this out, please use my discount code on the screen, which is going to be go.eldorado.gg/go-with-us, and don't forget to use that code GO-WITH-US for a discount. Meltan being available again is very important for more reasons than one, and again, we're going to discuss that in the targets toward the end because there's a big thing here that everyone is overlooking. But please remember, to evolve Meltan into Melmetal, you need 400 Meltan candy. But the great thing about Meltan is that because it's a mythical Pokemon, XL candy is guaranteed on catch, which means every single Meltan you're going to get at least 3 XL candy, and if you have a Mega Level 3 Steel-type Pokemon in the background as well, you can boost that even further. So remember, pop that mystery box as much as you can for the shiny chances, as well as to get the candy, and hopefully that hundo. I actually have 2, which I cannot believe. Here they are in screen right now. But let's get back now to have a look at what Pokemon are going to be spawning in the wild. It looks like, again, a lot of Steel types. We can see Magnemite, Aron, Ferroseed, as well as rare response for Pawniard, but I can almost guarantee you as well, we're probably going to see things like Drillbur in the wild, Nosepass, as well as Bronzer, and possibly even Beldum as a rare respawn. In field research, we can encounter the following Pokemon. We have the 100% IVs for you as well. Magnemite's in there at 583 CP, Pineco is in there at 475 CP, Nosepass is in there at 425 CP, Bronzer is in there at 258 CP, which is also a permanently boosted shiny Pokemon. Drillbur is there at 589 CP for the hundo. Ferroseed's there at 403. Beldum is in there at 418 CP, and Sheldon is in there at 381. We also have Steel Resolve raids going down. In 1-star raids, we can see Honedge, Shieldon, and Beldum. And 3-star raids, we have our new Pokemon GO debut, which is going to be Orthworm. Unfortunately, and I'm just gonna have a little bit of a moment here, I cannot believe that they've locked this Pokemon behind 3-star raids. It just doesn't make sense. It makes me think of that Silicobra in Sustainability Week only being available in the desert. It's like, where we meant to travel to Africa to encounter that Pokemon? It's very disappointing that they do this, and this is another Pokemon that just, for me, there's no point in locking behind raids, but of course you can get that shiny if you really want to go after it. But now it's time to have a look at the Steel Resolve Go Pass, which is a brand new Go Pass, which is going to go live at the beginning of this event at 10 a.m. When it comes to the free track, trainers can expect the following rewards: encounters with Beldum, Pawniard, Honedge, Meltan, and more. We can get 1 Super Rocket Radar, more mysterious components and shadow shards. And if you bought the deluxe version for a total cost of $4, you're going to get all those previous rewards, including additional encounters with even more Steel-type Pokemon. You're going to get more Super Rocket Radars, and it looks like more items pertaining particularly to Rocket Grunts, like mysterious components. When it comes to the bonuses of the Go Pass, at Tier 1, which is going to be at level 10, it's going to be 2 times Catch Candy, and at Tier 2, which is going to be at level 20, we can earn more Stardust from defeating Rocket Grunts. Normally, when you defeat a Rocket Grunt, you get 500 Stardust. During this event, once you've unlocked that in the Go Pass, you're going to get 1,000 Stardust. Rocket Leaders normally give you 1,000 Stardust for beating them. During this event, it probably will be 2,000 Stardust. If you beat Giovanni, normally you would get 5,000 Stardust, but during this event, you may possibly get 10,000 Stardust. Always remember as well, if you are considering buying the Go Pass Deluxe, please try and get it through the web store, because you will be able to get free premium items, and it looks like this time you'll be able to get like 10 Ultra Balls, 5 Max Revives, a premium Battle Pass, as well as 5 Max Potions just as a gift. Those are the details out of the way, but how do I really maximize this event? And tip number 1 has to do with candy gains. Let me just tell you that this event is going to be a candy It's going to be like a candy store. I'm not even joking. There is a huge opportunity to get a lot of candy for Steel-type Pokemon, especially when it comes to that Go Pass. Just at level 10, you can unlock the 2 times Catch Candy. So let's just break this down in relation to that Meltan box I was just talking about. Guys, normally every single Meltan you catch, you would get 3 candy and 3 XL candy because it's a mythical Pokemon. But during this event, once you unlock that Go Pass bonus, you're going to be getting 6 candy and then the guaranteed 3 XL candy. With the use of a Pineapple Berry, you're then going to be getting 12 candy per catch, including the 3 XL candy. But if you have a Mega Level 3 Steel-type Pokemon in the back, like we told you to do, you're going to be getting 14 candy per catch and then an extra 25% chance at another 3 rerolls to get more XL candy. You could potentially get up to 6 or 7 XL candy per catch on that Meltan, and I have proven it myself. I'm going to show you my account right now. Just have a look at how many XL candy I have, and it's not because I've popped 100 Meltan boxes over my lifespan. In fact, I don't even think I've done it more than 10 times. Make sure to have a Mega Level 3 Steel type in the background for the duration of this event. Partner that with the Go Pass. Guys, you're going to see huge candy gains for some very rare Pokemon, which in our targets, like we're going to touch on, are going to be very worth going after. Tip number 2 has to do with 2 Pokemon that are going to be available during this event. First one is going to be Pawniard, which of course can evolve into Bisharp using 50 candy, but in order to evolve Bisharp into King Gambit, you need to have 100 candies, including putting Bisharp as your buddy and defeating 15 Steel or Dark type Pokemon. This is the perfect event to do that, because if we look at the 1 and 3 star raids, you can see that Orthworm is in there, and all of the Pokemon there are Steel type, so it's a perfect time to try and trigger that evolution. And if you do have the shiny Pawniard, which of course will be available during this event as well, getting that shiny King Gambit is definitely something you want to remember to do. The other Pokemon that's available here is going to be Honedge, which of course can go into Doublade using 25 candy, and Doublade can evolve into Aegislash using 100 candy. Aegislash has a shield form, which is pretty much its base form, but when it enters battle, it will then enter its blade form. Not a lot of people have Aegislash for their Pokédex, so try and get as many Honedge, and remember to Pineapple them with a Mega Level 3 in the background so you can get enough candy to make these evolutions happen. Moving on to tip number 3.
Giovanni has warned me to tell you that this event will be taken over. He has captured a new legendary Pokemon, and there will be new Shadow Pokemon. Video out Saturday.
Tip number 4 has to do with platinum medals. Please remember your Rail Staff medal, which requires you to catch 2,500 Steel types because there are going to be steel types all over this event. To be honest, you can complete this very easily in this week. If you haven't done that, remember to do it. Tip number 5, and you might get annoyed with me saying this, Friendship Fridays is falling in the middle of this event. We've already spoken about Pokemon that are going to be spawning in the wild, potentially something like Beldum. This is a perfect Pokemon that you want to hoard as much as you possibly can and trade on that Friday. The reason why is that you're going to get 2 XL candy per trade. Trades are going to cost 10% less Stardust. We get 2 special trades on that day, which is incredible, but more importantly, there is a higher chance of all of these trades going lucky. To get yourself a lucky Hundo Beldum, for example, or even a 98. Getting any lucky Pokemon is very important because remember, it literally costs you half the Stardust to power up this Pokemon all the way up to level 50. Please remember to trade your Pokemon, and because steel types aren't the easiest to come around, pick all your targets, try and coordinate with another friend or another account, and from there, trade. Just like I showed you, look at what happened on Tinkating Calm Day, and it happened again, literally the day later. I've been searching a Hundo Magikarp for the longest time. I've seen over 1,000 of them. I've got thousands of Magikarp candy, but I've never got my Hundo. I even think I've got a shiny 98, but I've never had the Hundo. What happened? Trading with Juzzy, I was sending him Tinkatinks. He sent me a Magikarp. Lucky Hundo Magikarp. Trade your Pokemon. Tips out of the way, but what are some top targets we need to be focused on during this event? First and foremost, we have to touch on that Orthworm, which of course is only going to be locked behind 3-star raids. The great thing about Orthworm is that I don't think this Pokemon is going to be a raid attacking Pokemon. It's very much suited to PvP, and just look at those base stats again. We're going to bring it up here. It maxes out at 2599, which means this is perfect Ultra League potential for this Pokemon. The fact that we're going to be able to max this thing out just below that 2500 CP cap means it's going to be perfect probably for the Ultra League and possibly the Great League as well. It does have some hard-hitting moves, so if you want that shiny, it's beautiful, but also for PvP, this could be a good Pokemon to go after. Our next target is going to be Magnemite going into Magnezone, one of the best budget raid attacking Pokemon in the game and has been for some time. Especially as an electric type attacker, it's currently the 20th best in the game, and if you do have the Shadow, it's currently ranked around the top 10, which is a brilliant Pokemon to use. As a steel type attacker, not as good though in the 71st spot. Our next target is going to be Drillbur going into Excadrill. Excadrill, again, a brilliant budget type Pokemon for more than one reason. As a ground type attacker, it is still the 14th best in the game, and even as a steel type attacker, it's breaking into the top 30, which is so impressive. But it's also a great opportunity to try and get the candy if you didn't have it already for your D-Max Excadrill, which you definitely need to have a good D-Max Excadrill in your bag. Go after a good Drillbur. Next up is going to be Pawniard going into that Kingambit. We already explained how to get that Pokemon. Please don't forget to evolve it during this event. But why Kingambit is so good is that as a dark type attacker, it is currently the 15th best in the game, and as a steel type attacker, it's currently ranked 33rd. I'm sure though at some point Shadow Pawniard will be coming to the game, so you want to try and get the candy now, because once Shadow Kingambit comes out, it's going to be an absolute monster. Our next target, and probably the biggest one here, is going to be Meltan. Of course, the shiny is going to be available. Good luck with that, and even the shiny Melmetal is beautiful. But what everyone is overlooking, and this is what I said in the beginning of this video, Melmetal has a Gigantamax form, Gmax Melmetal, which is probably going to be most likely your strongest steel type max attacker in the game, or at least one of them, but certainly from a defensive point of view, it could be a brilliant tank. So now is the opportunity with all the candy gains and the bonuses. Guys, this is the opportunity to get the candy and XL candy for whenever that Pokemon does eventually come to Pokemon Go. But it's actually in the Master League where this Pokemon shines best, currently hovering around the 65th or 70th spot. But even as a raid attacker, it still does so well because it does get access to the move Double Iron Bash, which is a legacy move. You will need an Elite Charge CM for that move. That makes this the 15th best steel type attacker in the game. Next up, and a quick one, is going to be Shieldon going into Bastiodon. This Pokemon in PvP should be illegal. During the season, it's actually hovering around the 50th spot, but let me just tell you, Bastiodon is a monster in the Great League. If you've ever fought Bastiodon in the Great League, if you know, you know. And last but not least, we have to target Beldum. Beldum can go into Metagross and finally Mega Metagross, which is an absolute monster. The 4th best Steel type attacker in the game. It's the 10th best Psychic type attacker in the game. It's a great Pokemon to have at Mega level 3 because you can get more candy and more XL candy for Steel and Psychic types, which is perfect during this event specifically. But more importantly as well, you can also get candy for your Dynamax Metagross, which is one of the best tanks in the game and has been ever since Dynamax was ever released in Pokemon Go. This is one of your top targets. Remember to get that. If you guys want to see everything going on in Pokemon Go this week, please check it out above me. And of course, that Taken Over event, which Giovanni a few minutes ago warned us about, will be coming, and we will leave it as our end screen. Love you guys. Go with us. Please smash that like and subscribe, and more importantly, that hype button so we can travel this video as far and wide as possible. We stacked this for you. This is Steel Resolved. Steel types are some of the best in the game. Do not miss it. Love you. Go with us, and we'll catch you in the next one, baby.